Hey, hello everyone, this is Mr. Albrun here again, and this is just a little guide with Juri how to use her low projectile as a really cool pressure tool. It's no surprise that Juri already has really good pressure, like she's got a great standing light kick, and this standing medium punch is plus on block and super easy to link into combos. So she's already got good pressure, but this guide is just a little bit of how to use this low projectile to just make it even funkier. So to put it simply, whenever you're spaced out after your buttons, your low projectile will hit later and obviously be more plus. And there's this one particular setup I found in the corner that I thought was a really cool example of this. So after any combo that you end in the corner with your heavy or light DP, you can just do a backdash, and then you're in the perfect range to go for a standing heavy punch, low projectile, and the projectile will be so plus you can connect into your crouching medium kick. See, that actually comboed. So I can get a free combo off of it just using the projectile as an extender. And this works after any DP ender. You build a Fuha stock, go for a backdash, and you just get a free extension there. And if you do time it correctly and have the correct spacing, you can actually go from heavy punch, low projectile into another heavy punch instead of the crouching medium kick. As you can see, that lets you get even cooler, longer, extended combos, and it still didn't actually cost me any drive gauge. It's only me interspersing my Fuha stocks. So I thought this was just one of the best examples of using her low projectile as a pressure tool, because in this easy example, your most common combo ender, you just go for a backdash, heavy punch, and then into the low projectile, and then you get combos super easily. And this kind of is like works for everything. It's a jack of all trades because you've backdashed in your Oki, so you've already spaced yourself out and you're kind of, preparing for foot, like a shimmy kind of situation. So if the opponent is expecting you go for the heavy punch and stuff, and obviously you have the ability to walk in and just go for a throw, and you're already walking backwards so you can block a DP and walk out of range of their throw, so you're already kind of shimmying. But on top of shimmying, you're in the perfect position for this plus on block projectile combo extending shenanigans, which is just really cool. And there is one weakness. Of course, when the projectile is so disconnected, the opponent actually can jump out of it. So let me just get him to... So now he's going to block partway through the sequence, and he's going to jump out. So as you can see, he can jump over the projectile, so you just do need to keep an eye for that and just go for a jumping medium punch or something to hit him out of the air and knock him down. It is certainly reactable, but just make sure you keep your eye out for it, because if you do like swing your heavy punch or something and they've jumped over, you will get punished and then you'll be in the corner. And that is definitely not what we want. As you can see there, you can snipe him out of the sky, but just do be careful. You can also do this after your Fuha kicks, because they have a similarly long knockdown, but doing the backdash puts you a little bit too far away after that, unlike with the DPs. So you just walk backwards and then go for the heavy punch as soon as you see the opponent is hittable and you're at the right range. But I do recommend you use the DP version first, because it's auto-timed with the backdash. But once you know the spacing and the distance, you can do it off of the Fuha kicks as well. As you can see, you can just loop that over and over again, and if the opponent isn't respecting you or trying to jump out of it, then they'll just get stuck in a loop. And if they do block it, I forgot to mention, the projectile will just be +7, I believe. So the projectile, if they block everything, is +7. And obviously, if you're at +7 at this distance, this is guaranteed. This is obviously guaranteed. This is guaranteed. And you can also go for this. So you can go for some pretty long pressure strings if you feel like it and just keep the opponent blocking. Or you could just walk in and go for your standing medium punch just to keep the pressure going. And although that was the particular example I had for this video, this concept can be applied basically anywhere on the screen, as long as you are going for buttons that push the opponent far away enough that the projectile hits delayed. So something like standing medium punch into crouching medium kick will not work, because it doesn't push the opponent far away enough. He just hits him instantly and then you're -3, which is safe and good. But you want to do something like standing medium punch into crouching medium punch, because crouching medium punch kind of pushes them away to the perfect distance where it hits delayed, and you'll just automatically be +10. But the same thing applies here. The opponent can definitely jump out of it, so make sure you're ready to anti-air. And the thing about doing it mid-screen is you won't be as close to be able to use your nice long-reaching buttons, but you are still certainly +10 after them blocking a projectile. But you'll just have to go for slightly longer reaching things like this, or just drive rush in and do something like that. But it is certainly still an applicable and useful pressure tool. And also, while we're here, I feel like I should mention that it is also very, very good for Oki. So if there's any situation where the opponent is knocked in the air with a really long knockdown and you can put the projectile out underneath them, that is obviously going to be a really great knockdown situation. So a very simple one is just any button going into your spinning kick, and you just press light kick and it'll throw out the projectile straight afterwards, and it'll hit extremely meaty, no matter if they roll back or not. And because you're so plus, you can actually dash in, block here, and if they DP, you'll block their DP and get a punish. Or the hit of the projectile will hit for so long that you can stand there, you can dash up, block for a moment, and still get a combo when it hits. Super, super easy conversions. You can also do such a thing after you use your light DP as a combo ender. It'll hit pretty meaty if they don't back roll, but if they do back roll, then they will be able to jump over it, and it's still good, but it's not going to hit them meaty. So it even combos into drive rush buttons, like slow ones like your overhead. And just to show on back roll, as you can see, it hits a lot later, so it doesn't work as well, but it's still good, and it still covers the neutral for a decent while, and it still goes far enough to hit them. And while I have him back rolling, I'll quickly show here how this still hits meaty. It still works super, super well. It hits like just after they wake up from their back roll. And that can actually be kind of good because it changes the timing enough that you can dash in and get a grab where they were expecting to have to block the projectile. You can quickly dash in and grab them right before the projectile actually hits them, and that'll catch a lot of people. But yeah, that's a little guide as to how to use the low projectile in pressure. Just make sure you use buttons to push the opponent far away enough that it hits delayed, then it'll be like +10, +7, and in the corner it's particularly good, especially with that backdash heavy punch sequence that I showed off, because you can get really cool looping combos that way. And it's also really good for Oki, because it just will hit the opponent super meaty in a lot of situations, either after your spinning kick or after your regular light DP. Overall, it's a really good pressure tool, and I suggest you lab it and find some cool things with it, because it seems like it's got a lot of potential. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.